Hey guys, this is Steve Wolbach, your friendly public adjuster. Today, I'm going to throw something out here. The little video is entitled, "Do You Really Need Insurance?" And as far as I'm concerned, the answer to that is absolutely yes. I mean, when you think about it, there are so many things that can go wrong with your home. You will find yourself in a very bad predicament if you don't have insurance. Now, for many people, I don't know what the percentages are, but I would guess probably more than 50%, people don't own their homes flat outright. They have some type of financing going on. Sometimes that's known as a mortgage. Yeah, I know, I'm not trying to teach you something there. But because of that, there are stipulations that say that since we actually have the property, you're just living there and paying on it, we want it protected. We want it insured. So it's mandated that you must have insurance. There's nothing you can do about it. And that happens quite frequently. For those that are in a fortunate position where they've paid their mortgage off, good for you. Good job. You have the choice. Do I want to keep insurance or do I want to get rid of the insurance? Well, I would tell you you're making a very big mistake if you don't have insurance. I mean, if you want to cut back on some of the insurance, that's one thing, but you should have insurance. There's just too many possibilities. And if something does happen, a horrible situation, and you lose it, you're out in the street. Is that what you want? At least this way, if you have insurance, you've got some recourse to recoup something, to either rebuild or you would be reimbursed, or I shouldn't say reimbursed, you would be made whole. You would have a check sent to you to cover the loss that you just sustained, and you can go out and start over somewhere. You know, maybe move to an apartment at that point, if that is the where you are in your time of life. But as far as not having insurance goes, and if you're going to have insurance, then let me ask you something. Does it make sense to have adequate insurance to make sure to cover all the situations that you have in the home? You know, and what I'm talking about that is you want to make sure that you're covered for all the perils, and the perils are roughly 17 of them. You know, the terrible perils. Woo! You know, you got to have protection there. But in addition to that, you also need some riders or endorsements. And what these will do is that for things that have somewhat limited coverage, an endorsement will help to extend the coverage. Also, sometimes they have what they call forms that you need to have. That's FORMS, and that would be to make sure that something that is not necessarily covered is excluded. Now you can have a form that would cover that for you. In other policies, it would normally be covered, but in your situation, because of the style policy you have, it's not. So now let's go in and take precaution and get it covered. Those are very important. A big thing would be like a sump pump. If you have a sump pump, most policies, or let's say the majority of policies, do not cover sump pumps. You get an endorsement, you endorse your sump pump, and all of a sudden, now you have coverage. That's a nice thing to have. If you don't, and that sump pump one day fails, and you have a finished basement, you're going to be out every single dollar. So that's something that's very important. So yes, do you really need insurance? Absolutely. Whenever there's some type of potential of liability, and liabilities can be looked upon in another aspect where somebody gets hurt on your property. That's the other form of the insurance. When you have the Section 1, which is the actual real physical property, and things that can be damaged, or you have what's called liability, where you are liable if somebody comes on your property and gets hurt because of something on your property. You would be liable to recoup or to cover their expenses, or they will be going after you through a lawsuit to recover said expenses or damages that they've suffered. So all these things are very, very important that you have this coverage for, to protect you. And that's what this is. It's protection. So I hope that you guys will take this to heart. It is very important to make sure that you have things covered. It's too expensive to try to replace these things on any regular basis. So, if you have insurance will step up and will take care of that. So I hope you've learned something. This is Steve Wolbach, your friendly public adjuster. If you did, I would ask you to please like my page. And of course, during the process of liking things, I would ask you then if you would please share this page. And if you haven't already subscribed to me, I would ask you to subscribe so that in the future, when I do other little videos, you would be able to be notified and would then go to that and view that at that time as well. So I thank you for those that have listened, and for those that will listen. I appreciate that support very much. Think about what I've said, and God bless you. Bye now.